Are you guys familiar with the term, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it? Yeah. Let's talk about that later, shall we? Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, the #1 place for people who love design, art and all things creative. You are watching Dantier and Bollock's channel, my name is Laszlo, and today we're going to redesign the logos of some high-profile YouTubers. And when I say high-profile, I mean like YouTube royalty, basically. For this little exercise, I have chosen 3 long-established, mind-bendingly popular YouTube channels. Now these are all channels which I don't follow personally. Not gonna lie, but I still think they have stood the test of time by accumulating millions of subscribers and billions of views. So I thought it would be educational for some of us graphic artists and designers to take a look at some of the branding choices that these channels have made, and maybe speculate on how we would push their logo marks even further if we were ever given the chance. Yeah? Let's jump straight into it. Okay, channel number 1, Markiplier. Mark Fischbach, or better known online as Markiplier, is a US-based content creator with a channel focusing on gaming videos, vlogs, topical content, which in his own words range from quality content to memeable garbage. Again, his words, not mine. He's one of those OG YouTubers who has been on the platform for over a decade, and in his time he has accumulated over 30 million subscribers and still averaging millions of views on pretty much anything he uploads. Now, his logo and branding has changed a couple of times over the years, of course, but a returning element is a pink mustache, originating from an alter ego type character from one of his Saturday Night Live sketch type videos. Now, I don't know if it's just me or every other graphic designer as well out there who thinks stacking similar shapes on top of each other is just, it just doesn't feel right. So if it was up to me, I would create a logo for Markiplier, which is a pink mustache, but at the same time the mustache is also the letter M. You know what I mean? Well, if not, I'll show you just now. If you tweak the letter M here and there, make it a bit curvaceous at the right places, and we add these fancy spirals onto the end, then the design becomes a bit of a hybrid piece, which is kinda like a mustache, right? But it's also the letter M. This is exactly what I wanna do with this one. In terms of technique, I'm just working on one half of the design at a time, since it's going to be perfectly symmetrical on the sides. So whenever I wanna see how the shape would look in the end, all I need to do is copy and paste what I got and reflect it horizontally. What takes up most of my time here is playing with the proportions. I quite quickly dropped most of these anchor points in place to get the basic shape, and then with the direct selection tool I move bits of the design around until the ratios of the whole logo just, they just start to feel right. The original logo also got these little squares as part of the design, obviously indicating pixels, and this whole digital/gaming theme of the channel, so I think we should use this idea in the new logo as well. Now, in terms of colors, I am just gonna eyedrop the pink shade we got in the original design and mix it with black. I wanted to see a couple different versions here. First and foremost, try what it would look like if the whole shape was filled with a gradient, which works quite nicely, but to stay true to the initial Markiplier vision and not go off-brief, in the end I decided to just use fill colors instead. Once I put the basic shape in place, I put that to black, then I duplicated the design, scaled it down, changed it to pink and put this behind the big black outline. And then some minor adjustment later, I got something which I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, let me know what you think. Old one or my one? Okay, let's move on to our second channel, the channel of Zoella. Zoe Sugg, or as we all know her, Zoella, is the UK-born queen of influencers who has built her YouTube channel and her online personality in general on the pillars of makeup, beauty and lifestyle content. While quote-unquote Zoella, the brand, kind of outgrown YouTube as time went on and became a female-centric content powerhouse, a bit of a beast in its own right, with high-profile brand collaborations and own product lines and all that. On her personal vlog channel, Zoella is still very much actively uploading video content, regular vlogs to this day. Now she has been making videos since 2007, which means she's been on YouTube for almost the entire existence of the platform, accumulating over 10 million subscribers on the main Zoella channel, but also her vlog channel is more than well received, with just a little short of 5 million subs. Now the logo which the Zoella brand at this moment is operating with is just a capital Z, which is not a bad choice per se, but I think if we sat down we would be able to come up with a way to, to zhuzh it up a little bit, shall we? Again, there is nothing wrong with this monogram logo, in fact I quite like it. It is quite nice to see a brand like this, which is not going overboard with the typical feminine imagery, but I think we could smuggle a little bit more character onto the design if we do it very carefully. Now I was thinking, what if we replaced these typical looking serifs on the sides and build something more unique, something that awakens the feeling of handwritten calligraphy-like type, but in a not so obvious way. So the line would be wide on the end, then it would be thinning out on the other, and with the arc tool we would bend the whole thing a little bit to imitate the feeling of a paintbrush, just swooshed across the design. Now this could relate to the idea of eyeliners, nail polish, or just in general practicality and doing things your own way, which I think aligns with her and her brand vision quite nicely. Then I wanna roughen up the edges of the letter here and there, again to make the whole thing feel a bit more handmade. For this, what I'm gonna do is draw out some new lines, then I open up another brush library in Illustrator, maybe one of these charcoal effect ones, switch my new lines to these brushes, and then I just put them onto the sides of my design. Now I don't want this to be eye-catchingly obvious, so I'm just gonna subtly blend the pixel perfect lines with these rough brush strokes by expanding everything. Then with the shape builder tool I add and subtract these bits and pieces to get to my final design. I'm quickly gonna make a circled version as well, with the very same technique, and voila! We got ourselves a new version of the Zoella logo. Okay, and last but not least, channel number 3, Pewdiepie. Felix Kjellberg, or as seemingly the whole world seems to know him, Pewdiepie, is a Swedish YouTuber who is not unlike Markiplier, has started his channel on video game playthrough kind of content, and as his subscriber base grew and grew, he expanded into the themes of comedy sketches, vlogs, and all types of other topical content. Now, if Zoella is the queen of influencers, then Pewdiepie is the king of YouTube itself. With his 111 million subscribers, I think I'm correct in saying that his channel is the biggest non-corporate channel which is owned by one person and not some huge corporate identity. Now in terms of logos, he has gone through a couple different ones over the years, of course, currently using this psychedelic one, so I thought let's open up Illustrator one more time and tweak this one a little bit as well, okay? I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not 100% sure what the concept is behind this meta geometric style logo, but nevertheless we are going to respect the nature of this original logo and build something on it, okay? Now I had an idea looking at a previous logo design of Pewdiepie's, which I think is a bit more playful and iconic with the bro fist and the capital P, so I thought, what if we created a bit of a hybrid and hide the letter P inside this current logo design? It is a very simple tweak. All I need to do is draw out a big square shape for the border, then a small one in the middle, and then with the pen tool I'm going to create a series of lines which do resemble the original rectangle shapes on 3 sides, but then on the left they will come down vertically onto the bottom of the base square, thus creating an ever so subtle letter P design hidden in the icon. Do you see it? Now we could do this mathematically perfect, but I think to resemble the original logo, it's better to just freehand some of this work when it comes to adjusting the line weights and some of these angles. So all I'm gonna do here is with the direct selection tool, I'm just gonna move some of these points slightly with my arrow keys. As a last touch, I think we should open up the base square on the bottom with the scissor tool and then bring down the red fill color rectangle onto the edge of the composition. My hope is this way the capital letter P will come through in a bit of a clearer way. Something like this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Looking at this whole lineup, we didn't really change much of these logos, did we? Well, no, we didn't. Do you know why? Well, the truth is, I just don't think we should. As some closing thoughts, I would just like to remind you that 1. Only bad design hits you in the eye, good design is invisible. And 2. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel of graphic design every time you build something. Don't take up on the task of fixing something that really doesn't need fixing. Yeah? All of these original logos belong to people with the combined net worth of millions of dollars. So I think they will be just fine without redefining their whole brand by me or you. You feel me? Nevertheless, feel free to let me know if you enjoy this type of redesigning logos type content, because if you did, well, then we're gonna make more. Our regular creative crew members are fully aware that we don't only talk about graphic design and illustration on this channel, but also interior design, architecture, and everything else overlapping all these cool things, yeah? So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, feel free to follow along. Leave a like to help us reach even more people with this channel, and I'll hope to see you guys with some other cool creative stuff next time, okay? See you around!